Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing Chapter 8, Work and Families. Um, the first thing that I found very interesting about this chapter was how it spoke about the gender roles between men and women. Back in the day, it was typical for men to be the ones to take part in all the labor, um, and it was common for women to be back at the household, taking care of the children, making sure everything in the house was kept up to par. Um, I found that very interesting because I grew up with a single working mother. My mother worked 40-hour weeks. She worked overtime. To this day, she works overtime every single day. Um, I found that point in the chapter very interesting because it shows how over time everything has changed. You go from being the one at home that you're providing food, you're providing a sense of maternity, and you're watching over your children and all those things. And now my mother, who still takes care of me, and she's a caring mother, all of those things, she just has a lot of work to do, and I have to. Over the years, I have to learn how to cook on my own. I have to make sure that I keep the house a certain way. There's more responsibilities on my side because it's just my mother and myself. I've been lucky enough to have my grandfather, my grandmother, and my aunt in my life. They were always around, making sure I was on top of my stuff, making sure I was doing what I had to do in school. And my father, I don't live with my father, but I have a very good relationship with him. We speak on the phone often. I see him often. So it's interesting how it shows the difference between what something was a long time ago compared to how it is now. Um, Another thing that I found interesting was role overload, and role overload says that it is the state of having too many roles with conflicting demands. Um, when I read that, what I thought of um, was my father. My stepmother lives with my father in New Jersey, and she's a stay-at-home mother. And my father is the one that goes out. He goes to work. He's the one that puts the food on the table. He's the one that pays for all the bills. And it comes to a point that he works so often that he doesn't have much time for his family. And I from reading role overload, it shows somebody that's the worker, the spouse, the parent, the caregiver. It's everything, and when I read that, I thought of my father automatically. So I found that point very interesting as well. Um, yeah.